Maybe you weren't here. Maybe it was before you.
Oh, that's great.
Tony, when you did the circus, did you eat any food out of the garbage after?
That's where you got
No.
the popcorn habit.
No, I got that. No, I got that habit in college, actually, afterwards.
So you did it more than once.
Yeah.
You just admitted that. I didn't know that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I thought it was just one time at the Palace eating popcorn.
No, I was walking out of the Capitol Center. You know, they have the big tubs of popcorn. They put your hands in and eat it. You know, whatever.
That had been thrown away.
Or just left there. Wasn't it?
Oh well, if it's left there
It's
out
left there.
of the machine, and they're just going to throw it away, that's different than actually
Well, it's not out of the-
reaching
well,
No,
into
he
the
did it
trash
like out of
can.
the seats or something.
Well, yeah, there was a tub that
People
people
sat there and ate it.
and they left their tub. They
leftover.
left their leftover popcorn.
It was garbage,
Right.
but it was just left there.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think Kenny Cott would do that.
I'll go back and have some of the 3-day-old popcorn we have in the back room here all the time.
But that's out of the machine, right?
Right, true.
Yeah, that
Again, it's
nobody
not
has
where
been
somebody
eating out
has
of.
just stepped out of the restroom, came back to their bowl of popcorn, and stuck their hands in the
Very
popcorn.
different.
Do you try any other foods?
No.
No hot
Just
dogs.
popcorn. It was just popcorn's easy to just grab a handful and walk.
Like if it was a half-eaten hot dog, you could eat the other end up to the bite.
No, that's disgusting. No, just kidding.
So you literally just walk by, grab a handful of popcorn.
Not deliberate.
and
Well,
just
no,
keep
I
walking.
didn't say, oh boy, there's some popcorn. I'm going to go up this. Yeah, as I'm leaving the building.
Right, yeah. You just in
No.
the seat. There's
Yeah,
a tub of
There happened to
popcorn.
be a tub of.
Just happened
by
to
the
be there,
aisle.
so I just happened
Bagel
to put my
foot for some
hand in.
popcorn.
Yeah, exactly. It was bagel foot at one point.
Just grab a handful.
Yeah, well, why let it go to waste?
So we used to we had this routine for a while, me, him, and Wojo, and another couple people. We would go to Mr. Joe's over here back in the day, before it was refinished or redone, whatever. They had this pickle canister,
Oh yeah.
On the table.
Oh, sure.
Like a tray with the mustard, ketchup, onions, pickles. He ate the pickles with his hands.
Well,
That's a shared. No, they use that again. Like,
oh, so
you're
he
supposed
would
to
just
use a
reach
fork.
in with his hands and
Instead
take
of
the
getting a
pickle out
fork, yeah.
instead of getting a fork or the
Yeah,
tongs?
Yes.
Are the tongs complicated?
No.
Priceless.
He would just reach in,
Yeah.
grab a pickle, and just start gnawing.
Anyway, enough talking about pickles. Ladies and gentlemen,
Doug Karsh.
Doug Karsh, who he got more sleep than I did because he got up later, but we both stayed up
Did you
to
watch every
the
second?
Yep. It's the most inevitable thing
Yes.
that happens on an annual basis is
Once-
Michigan hockey goes to the Frozen Four,
I
goes
should-
to overtime and loses.
Well, I should
No, thought.
once Denver tied it, I should have realized that there was no way they were winning that game.
I texted my son who was watching in Chicago, and I said, we should just go to bed.
Well, at least he's an hour behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But then I was on a text list with Cousin Brady in San Diego, and he texted, it's even getting late for me. I'm like, yeah. What?
Yeah, I really feel for him
Very
on the West
predictable.
Coast.
I watched the first overtime and then started getting ready for bed. And I thought about turning on the TV, but I was tired. I'm like, no, I'll just figure it out.
Yeah, that's what I did. That was the problem.
I went to bed after they tied it in regulation. I'm like, go to bed.
So
Smirt.
I had to then I got like 20 minutes of sleep, and then the dog wanted to go out, and I let her out, and I went and checked my phone and saw that they had lost, and so it was like at 2:00 in the morning or something like
Yeah.
that. But it was late night.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Now the question is, where will he go?
Where will who go?
TJ Hughes.
Oh, right.
Where
Yes.
will he go? Who will he pick?
Well, if he wants to win, he's not going to come here.
They won last night.
Great.
You could lead the way and be the guy who brings it here. You do that.
Good.
He's going to go to whoever gives him the most money.
Yeah, that'll take a few years.
WGRY in Grayling is a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network. Powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude. 101.1 WGRY.
Good morning, Northern Michigan. Welcome to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio, WGRY, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins in studio. Rich, the Wings head still hanging in the gallows noose, but a slight reprieve but they're going to have to win 3 games.
Yeah, they are. They played really well last night. Probably the best game they've played, maybe the whole second half of the season. And
Well, at least in the month of March or April.
yes. And boy, I tell you, yeah, they were scoring goals and doing everything. They looked like they played with a lot of energy. They had a lot of fun out there. And of course, you couldn't help but wonder where it's been most of this second half of the season, because they really did have a good first half. But man, this month of March and April have not played well at all, and we just need to play. Now we're out of it, but we just need to keep winning and hope Ottawa loses a couple.
Well, Saturday, there's no games in the NHL at all tonight for some ungodly reason. I have no idea. I mean, they all want to watch the Masters,
I guess
would
they
be
do.
But then every single team in the league playing on Saturday. The Ottawa is playing the Islanders, who are right behind the Wings, and the Wings are playing. Damn it, I knew this. New Jersey.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's the New Jersey Devils. And that's the last home game for the Wings. Then they head down to Florida to play Tampa and the Panthers, which we've been talking about with Kevin Klein.
Right.
That we'll see how cheap that airfare is to down to Fort Lauderdale. But the Wings have no margin for error.
None.
They have to win all 3 games and hope that Ottawa only wins 1 or 2 games, or and there's still a possibility that one of the teams can come from behind and catch them.
Well, and of course the Wings have no one to blame but themselves for putting themselves in this position. It really looked like it was going to be different this year, really, because they had played. I mean, overall, they're going to end up having more points this year than they have in the past few years. But the competition got better as well, because they all have increased in their point differentials to try to get into the playoffs.
The Eastern Conference has just been that much harder
Yes.
this year. Buffalo hasn't made the playoffs in 12 years. They're already in. So now they've left the Wings as the team in the NHL with the longest playoff drought. And as you said, the Wings have put themselves in this position. Quite frankly, their defense has been pathetic. Other than Maurice Sider, the amount of time the defense is spending on their heels, not being able to get the puck out of the zone, is atrocious. It's when you compare that to the way the Wings used to play when they were great, it's 180 degrees difference.
It is, absolutely. That was the key to their success back in the day, was puck possession.
Yeah.
And the way they moved the puck, it was different. We've talked about it before, how the idea of passing backwards at times was beneficial and it was like a new concept, kind of that Russian style of hockey. But still, it just, right now, I mean, this team just doesn't value the time in the offensive zone, or they get outshot most every game, by a lot.
wide margin.
Yeah.
And, people have been bringing this up for months now. The Wings had the opportunity to acquire Quinn Hughes, who's one of the best puck possession defensemen, an Olympian, and we don't have all the details.
But appeared to want to be here by all accounts.
There's a lot of different stories that are floating around, and I don't know if you'll ever get the straight story. It's been floated that, yes, Quinn wants to play in Detroit. He is from here.
Yep.
But that he would not sign a long-term deal, that the trade, he would still go to free agency
Right.
In 2027. And so you get one more year of him, and then you hope that the team is good, and then you can sign him again. It's just head-scratching, because the Wings have enough firepower on the offense, but the defense just doesn't hold up their end of the bargain.
No, they don't. And it just is, that one for so far in Stevie Yzerman's reign as a GM in Detroit, that might be the one that got away. That he could have. by a lot of accounts, it was a certain player that they wanted back that Yzerman wasn't ready to pull the trigger on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Simon Edvinsson or
Edvinsson,
not.
yeah, I think
if it's Edvinsson, it's idiotic. What has he done for this team? Yeah, he's big.
He's big.
Yeah, but nobody.
So is
hits
Rasmussen. And
he's big, but he doesn't hit. And
right.
He's slow.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's all going to play out.
It
right?
is. Yes.
It's stupid to just fantasize about what could have been or what's going to happen. The Wings win 3 games, they have a shot at it. The Tampa Bay and the Panthers are out of the playoffs, and they're half the team now is not really playing.
Right.
So they should be able to win that game. Tampa is already in the playoffs. Who knows how hard they will play if they're going to, kind of save people and get ready for the playoffs. It's stupid to play that game like, hopefully they don't play a full complement or they don't play as hard as they have and the Wings can win 3 games.
Right.
They played the Flyers, whom they beat yesterday, 2 other times in the past 2 weeks and lost both those games. It's just like last year when they lost to the Capitals.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
They lost to the Caps twice, coming down in the last 2 weeks of the year, and that's what kept them out of the playoffs.
And that's what kept it. Yeah, it was literally when you're in and you lose, you stay home, and they stayed home.
I mean, the crazy thing is in February, they were in, second place or third place. And March, they just can't play hockey.
It just is crazy to have the same thing repeat itself for the last 3, maybe 4 years?
The last 3 years, they've been in serious playoff contention and have played horribly. They were in great shape, and they went, 2-14 or some idiotic thing in the playoffs. Last year, they were 4-12. Now, with that win now, I can't remember what they are in March. It's better than the last 2 years, but it's still not enough.
Not enough. That's exactly right.
And it leads to the other question, Rich. Okay, if this team can't, when you're already kind of in playoff mode in March and getting into April, how does this bode if they do make it into the playoffs?
That's exactly right. Yeah, because obviously you would love to go in with some momentum, and playing good hockey. And again, if they can win these last 3, and it would be a 4-game winning streak by beating New Jersey, again, Tampa Bay, and Florida. But again, because the Wings fans, the diehard, are just dying to watch some playoff hockey with the wing wheel in it. It's been a long time, longer than most thought that they would go without after all those years of success. And so they are just scratching, just dying to watch some playoff hockey.
In this March, they're 5-7-2. Last year, they were 4-10-0, and in the 2024, they were 3-9-2. There you go.
Yeah.
So 17-35-5 over the last 4 seasons in March. That's
not very good. No. I mean, that would bona fide collapses. At the tail end of your season, what is the reason that this happens on a regular basis? It's just mind-boggling.
Yeah. Well, Joe, my son Joe was down there yesterday, and, it's the first time he'd ever been to a Wings game.
Oh,
he had a great time.
I saw a good one.
I warned him. I said, if the Wings don't play well,
right,
you are going to hear some.
You're
going to see something that you don't see very often in a home arena.
No, that's for sure. Because they haven't played their last 6 or 7 games have not been very good at home. They've lost, I think, all of them. There are some type of losing streak at home, and so. For them, so Joe did get to see a good game by winning 6-3.
Well, Dylan Larkin, I mean, did he just put the team on his back? A hat trick?
Yeah.
And Mo Seider had 5 that's
points,
great.
6 points.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And Seider has played really, really well. But, it's taken a while. Larkin was injured after the Olympics. That certainly didn't help the team. A lot of people on our sister station here, 97.1, calling for him to be traded. What can you get for him? I would explore absolutely every avenue you can to get Austin Matthews in here. He's going to get moved. I mean, I would trade Dylan Larkin and a couple of first-rounders for Austin Matthews in a minute.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would too.
Yep.
I would too. Yeah, absolutely. I know they've wanted to hang on to those first-round picks.
How the hell with it?
What have you done for me lately? There are a lot of them stay down in the minors, and you don't. Is that Danielson kid? I mean, he's not. He's a.
How bad does Toronto need a goalie?
Yeah, exactly. We're seem to be pretty deep there.
Yeah, well,
let's.
When you look at the ratings for the farm systems in the NHL, the Wings are in the top 5, but half of that grade is because they have 3 of the best goalies in the world, supposedly in the farm system. So God knows.
And we can only play one of those at a time. It's not like
right?
we're forwards.
You can't.
No,
put two
you can't.
Why can't we put 2 goalies in the net?
Let's try it. Why not?
Why not? Is that a rule?
I don't know.
I mean, you see, guys, other players go into the goal and to block pucks. Speaking of hockey, did you stay up for all of it?
I did watch.
Well, I fell asleep. I mean, that was. I don't even know how I fell asleep.
I don't know how Michigan lost.
Double overtime.
They literally doubled up on their shots.
Yeah.
26-52. Michigan dominated the offensive end, but couldn't put it in the net at the end.
That goalie has he has some fantastic record. He hasn't played the whole year. He hadn't lost whenever Denver.
Is that right? I did not know that.
Yeah, he's like 15-0.
Because I was watching SportsCenter, and I said, and it's still going on, so it captivated me, and I'm watching it, and I'm going, holy cow, and going late into double
Man,
overtime.
did those guys look tired?
Oh,
I mean,
talk about leaving it on the ice. They still look fast and quick into the second overtime. That's amazing.
In some areas, I mean, they really shortened up their bench. I didn't even see, what's his name? The Red Wing, the Red Wings dad kid. Keaton Draper.
I saw Draper out there.
Did he?
Yeah,
I didn't hear his name called for a lot, and I was kind of surprised at that because he's a really good hockey player. But the dream of Michigan winning the Frozen Four and the Final Four. Dashed once again.
It was, yes, it was, because that would be the first time ever, right? A basketball championship and a hockey championship.
One of the problems there, really, Rich, though, is they just never can beat Denver.
It's something I know.
They have what the record in the
isn't that
hockey
crazy?
Playoffs is like 0-9.
I mean, Denver's a good hockey school. I mean, really good. But still, when you saw again how those kids reacted on the ice by beating Michigan again, what that means to those guys. To them, it's like winning the national championship because, they have won a couple of those.
Well, they got to play Wisconsin now.
They do, yeah. I thought it was going to be an all Big Ten representation for the national title, but no, it was incredible hockey though. It was very entertaining.
No doubt about it. Huge crowds in Vegas.
Yeah. They had to resurface the ice quite a bit, and that kept getting these extra
that's part
timeouts.
of the. I think when the ice is not perfect like that, it takes so much more effort to skate.
Yeah.
So
they're skating in quicksand.
I don't know if we want to. I mean, we can talk about this for a moment, and then we'll get back to it when we get into break. But so Michigan wins the national championship. That happened on Monday after we're on the air. Not a surprise, although, man, what a rock fight brawl of a basketball game.
It was. It sure was. I mean, that's you knew Connecticut was going to do that, and they did everything to keep the game was at their pace. The scoring level was at what they wanted, but they still couldn't find a way to beat them. I mean,
Michigan had averaged 93 points a game in the tournament, and they ended up scoring 69 and winning. But man, I don't know when the last time I saw a college basketball game where so many layups were contested and blocked.
Right.
You know, it's been a long time since I played basketball, Rich, and to play in the painted area where it's so physical and the word dangerous comes to mind. Not that I'm afraid that I'm going to get hurt or anything else, but you're double pumping. You don't know when you can throw it up and how. As a basketball player, your entire life, make your layups.
Yeah.
You can't make it, and it was really hard to make a frickin' layup in that basketball game, especially in the second half.
Oh, it was, absolutely. Like you said, when there's, 6'11" and 7-foot monsters everywhere with super length on them, you think you've got a gimme, and no, you don't. They come out of nowhere and block your shot. And defense was at a premium.
Yeah.
And
the refs let them play,
they
which
did.
was going to be a worry.
Yes, it was.
I know that, and he kind of backed off of it. It's easy to say it right after the game. Not that he said that the officials screwed us, but his guards, both of his guards, made a lot of stupid fouls.
They did.
It's their own fault.
Sure.
I thought the refs, really held on to the whistle. They could have called a million fouls in that basketball game.
Right.
But that's the way that Connecticut wanted to play.
Right.
So they got the game that they wanted. So, and then he made the rounds the past couple of days and was just, praising Michigan's basketball efforts and team.
Right.
And then I don't know if you saw this, but Cadeau is coming back.
He is, and I think they got a verbal commitment as well from the center from Tennessee to come
I
in
know.
the transfer
I actually
portal.
know who that kid is.
6'11", 240.
He was pretty highly recruited. Tennessee has a similar game to Michigan. We saw them play, as a matter of fact, and he's going to fit nicely in. Mara and Johnson.
Maurice Johnson. Yeah,
They haven't decided. They're not heading into the portal. They both have to make NBA decisions. I would imagine. I don't know if both of them. Mara really extended his stock.
Oh, I think so.
Pretty strongly.
For sure.
So
because he plays defense and and he's got a nice little shot.
Well, he runs the floor well.
And he can use both right and left hands, those little hook shots that'll work in the NBA.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's just so crazy that they're having the parade tomorrow in Ann Arbor, and they're already working the portals and all these other things.
I know.
All right, we've got a lot more to talk about here on Friday Face-Off on Up North Sports Radio. Up next, we'll have Destination MLB. Oh, my God, what happened to the Tigers?
Ooh,
Back
ouch.
after these on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY.
It's time to save big at your Gaylord Gardner White Furniture Store. The spring savings event means 25% off all furniture, plus special financing offers for 40, 60, or 88 months when you spend $699 or more. Gardner White is Michigan's #1 mattress store. Right now, get 60-month interest-free financing on the Tempur-Pedic. Some conditions apply. See your friendly Gaylord Gardner White sales associate on M32 across from Meyer and Gaylord. Same owners, same place, all new attitude.
When the time comes to make your relationship official, Hogan's Diamond Jewelers is Northern Michigan's jewelry store. This is Erin Martins. Want to know about our credentials? While many stores come and go, Hogan's has been right here in downtown Gaylord for nearly 68 years. It's hard to say how many couples have begun their trip down the aisle of togetherness here at our store. Whether it's a guy looking for an engagement ring to present as he pops the question, or a couple who are pretty far along in their relationship coming in together to find the ring to seal the deal. You get the attention you deserve. If you need evidence of their satisfaction with Hogan's service, look at how often they come back for a ring to commemorate a meaningful anniversary or when it's time to renew their vows. Our bridal couples send their friends here too. We take time to talk to you, and more importantly, we listen to what you have to say, one couple at a time. It's how we've done it for going on 7 decades. We're on Main Street, M32 in downtown Gaylord at Hogan's Diamond Jewelers.
Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contest are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in Northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
All right, it is time for Destination, NHL one last time. Kevin Klein joining us from Cherry Capital Airport. Kev, we've been still monitoring that flight for the last Red Wings game down to Fort Lauderdale. Is it above $100 yet?
No, it's $96.
I can't believe that.
The Panthers. Hey, we got to win, so, every game counts. So we need our people to hit the road and head on down to Fort Lauderdale, and $96 for that one. And even the Tampa Bay one here, going this it's a couple days from now, $228. So jump on board Allegiant for both of those opportunities and get on down to see our Red Wings hopefully try to squeak into the playoffs.
Well, if they win on Saturday, you might see a lot of activity through Allegiant.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's make it happen. And then we got to get out and support our Tigers on the road. A bad road trip to Minneapolis.
Yeah, we got to change that losing way and start this home trip off pretty good, but and then continue on that trip. Hopefully, get our winning ways back, and we can head out to Boston, and that's not too bad. It's 483. Following that one up at Cincinnati, you have 349. The Hotlanta trip at the end of April, 342.
Fun town to visit. I just said that's a fun town to visit.
Oh, yeah. Atlanta's great town, town. Coca-Cola Museum, do it all. And then Kansas City, we start to head then into May with the Mets at 507. Kind of high right now. I think you'll watch that change a little bit at seats and availability there. That might drop a little bit. We're still a month out. And then Baltimore, 329. The White Sox, as you head at the end of the May time frame, 279. And then Tampa, when we play the Rays, the first part of June is 190.
Wow,
so
there you go.
Some great fares that are out there right now that are happening. But I also tell everybody, it's not too late to take another spring break trip. And,
no, not for $96 to Fort Lauderdale. And the hotels are a little cheaper now is on this fringe season, and you never know what. We've got snow on the ground today, and I know spring is coming, but we also know that there's one more snow dump coming before the end of April.
It always happens. Always happens. So, head on out there, get some sun and fun in, and I think there's great opportunities to travel. And then as our summer season starts, winding up, that May 21st date kicks off almost all of our non-stops for our 19 different routes for the seasonal stuff coming up. And then, then we see even additional equipment and additional frequencies June 7th. And then, of course, getting into the peak of summer around June 28th. All that keeps growing our schedule. We're going to see in the next, what I say, about 120 days, almost 200,000 seats in the market.
Wow.
So we got to sell them. Let's go.
Yes, help Kevin out and buy some tickets. Go to Denver at Nonstop or Boston Nonstop or Houston Nonstop or Phoenix Nonstop. There's plenty of nonstops available as we get into the season from Cherry Capital Airport. Kevin, how do they find all that great flight information?
At tvcairport.com.
Thanks, Bud. Welcome back. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Yep. There you go. Kevin Klein back from vacation and headed out again, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin Klein, sell, sell, sell.
Get back in there and sell. We're quoting Trading Places. I just watched that the other day.
Oh, no, I just love it.
I can't. I got to bring this up. Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini.
Doesn't look good right now. Very interesting.
I don't know who it's worse for, because Diana is a fairly well-respected football journalist.
Very much so.
They're both married, not to each other,
Right.
and I don't know how you garner the reporting. Where does this put her as a journalist?
Right. And that's what everybody is saying, that if there is some type of involvement, the integrity of the everything now goes out the window, where that means everything.
Or like if you interview another coach, it's like,
right.
How bad do you want this story? I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to be blithe about it. I mean, what happens in people's personal lives is
who took the photos too of the, you know what I mean?
Well, it ended up in page 6. I don't know who was following them around, because it wasn't at the football meeting.
Right. It was at the hotel after the fact.
Yeah, but it wasn't in Arizona, was it?
I thought it was.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
I thought it was.
The pictures that I saw, I think they were sightseeing someplace. Maybe it was in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't seen the hot tub photos.
I didn't see those there. I saw the pool pictures
Yeah.
and around the pool. That's the ones that I have seen.
Man, oh man, it's just
pretty crazy for sure.
Well, it's not surprising with how big sports in America has gotten. Stories like Tiger Woods.
Oh yeah.
Or when Robert Kraft was caught.
Yeah. They're like mainstream stories.
Yeah, I mean, they're especially with how terrible and terrifying some of the normal news, political news, and all that is. Yeah. More and more people drifting into sports.
Yes.
For escape, or entertainment.
Yep.
I'm sure you've had this discussion with your wife many times, Rich. Like she queries on how could you watch all that sports?
Right.
And I go, well, how can you watch all this Housewives crap or reality TV when it's all the same to me? Right. She goes, the sports are the same to me. I said, except for the fact that I don't know exactly what's going to happen at the end.
We don't know the outcomes.
Yeah, and this is real emotion as opposed to producers going, be mad.
Do more of this.
Yeah, be mad at your wife.
Of course.
So...
No, it's really, like you said, the sports industry, definitely.
Well, we're right at the 40th anniversary of the beginning of ESPN. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
Or is it the 50th? It's 76.
40th would be. See, I'm celebrating.
No, I think it's 86. Yeah, it's
40th anniversary.
Yeah,
so
I know it's the 40th anniversary of Jack Nicklaus winning the Masters at 46, which is still one of the biggest.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Masters started. We want to talk about that a little bit.
Absolutely.
Cade Cunningham came back. There's something interesting. We're going to have to delve into the Tigers. I mean, it's early, and there's no sense in in freaking out. Bad loss yesterday.
Oh.
Got many topics here left to discuss. So stick around here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY. I don't know why our cameras went out. Maybe this is the best way now to watch us.
Yeah. Get online immediately
on our Facebook page. You can't see Rich or I. But
ratings are up.
Back after these here on 101.1 WGRY.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. We're officially shifting gears from sled to dirt. First and foremost, make sure to check your stickers. Your 2025 permits expired on March 31st, and as of April 1st, make sure to have your 2026 DNR ORV license and trail permits displayed to ride legally on state-designated trails and scramble areas. Grab them online or at any local hunting and fishing license retailer. Make sure you're grabbing your buddy system. Never ride alone, especially with open water and with the recent trees down. This is also the vulnerable season for our soil, so if you encounter deep mud or standing water, staying on the trail can help prevent widening trails and destroying surrounding vegetation. If you're looking for a change of scenery, why not head over to Western Michigan and check out the Little Manistee Trail and Route. It's located just southwest of Cadillac near Irons. It offers over 45 miles of incredible riding through the Manistee National Forest, and it's a fantastic mix of tight technical sections for ATVs and wider routes perfect for side-by-side.
Remember to ride smart, ride right, and don't leave your trash. Leave a good impression. Visit us on upnorthsportsradio.com for more information on how to ride safe.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it. Mowing the yard will no longer be a chore with a Toro Time Cutter, built to tackle big jobs while fitting in small spaces with zero-turn maneuverability. Getting on and off the mower is a breeze with a step-through front end. Comfort comes standard with a seat that provides the ultimate in padding and back support. The Toro Time Cutter is available in a variety of deck sizes and special features. Head to your local Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit, or visit OutdoorEquipmentCo.com. Toro, count on it.
TVC's travel tip of the day. Your summer adventure starts with nonstop flights from TVC. Wherever you're headed, TVC can take you there. Don't wait. Book your summer adventure today. Explore all your flight options at tvcairport.com.
Catch all the action of Tiger Baseball on Up North Sports Radio. Brought to you in part by Johnson's Propane. It's never too early to lock in your price for the season ahead at johnsonspropane.com. Up North Sports Radio, home of Tiger Baseball.
Yes, it is the home of Tiger Baseball here on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY. Tough loss yesterday. The Tigers have suffered a number of tough losses. I'm sure this will flip back around because that's the the cycle of baseball.
Right.
But Will Vest giving up 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning after that horrific collision.
Oh my gosh!
Between Parker Meadows and Riley Green. Meadows just can't catch a break.
No, not at all. And and he really had a solid start to the season.
Not a Hall of Fame start,
no.
that's for sure. But not many of the Tiger bats are. I mean, Green's gotten on base a lot, not a lot of hits. Very little power coming from the lineup.
The entire team, they've hit 7 home runs on the season, which is shocking. It doesn't even seem that many. But right now, they're 29th in MLB in home runs. And
we're seeing the same problem that has plagued this baseball team seemingly since Miguel Cabrera slid off the hill. They just cannot get runners in from scoring position. They had runners on second base with less than 2 outs in 6 innings yesterday and didn't score. They were 0 for 10.
That is just that's unacceptable.
The game that was on, what was it, Monday night that FS1, so you got to see the first game of this, and Valdez bleeps the bed in the first inning. But I had a funny feeling that they would really come back at that team, and they did.
And they did.
And they had their chances to win the game and couldn't. They had runners in scoring position, couldn't get them over.
Yeah, and that's the Tiger team that, like, the battling thing and coming from behind, we'd seen quite a bit in the last couple of years, doing things to win ball games when they had no shot at it. But right Tuesday. Now, and right now we're just not doing that, and therefore off to that super slow start.
The Tigers have lost 2 out of 3 of Tarek Skubal's games.
Yes.
One really through no fault of his own. The other one, he had a bad, not even a bad inning, gave up 3 runs in the 5th inning on Monday to start off. But his record in Minnesota is horrible. Yeah. He is 3-7 against Minnesota and has a winning record versus every other team in baseball.
Isn't that wild? How something about their
with the
approach.
mighty Twins?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's not. They're not the Sultans of SWAT or anything.
No.
But somehow they have his number. That is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's there's no time to panic. I mean,
no.
What you want to do is get to 500 by the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no reason to think that won't happen.
And they've only had 3 home games thus far, so
Yeah.
that's good. Coming home now to play Miami starting tonight. Kind of a weird schedule, playing a lot of National League teams early in the season here.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit unusual, but the Tigers playing again 6:40 start to be right here on 101.1 to listen for free. So that's always good. It's a good listen, of course, with Dan Dickerson and the crew.
Who's pitching tonight?
Let me.
Should be Casey Mize.
Yeah, I would assume. Let me see what we got coming up here on this game. Come on, computer. I've got Cater Montero starting. Is what?
Well, Montero has slid into the lineup while Verlander is dealing with an oblique.
And ex-Tiger Chris Paddock is starting for Miami.
Chris Paddock, how old is he?
I don't know.
I mean, the Tigers picked him up at the trade deadline last year. It did not work out very well.
That's what I'm saying. He's got an 8.31 ERA right now, so they better score some runs on him. He's got a 1.73 WHIP, so that's.
Well, they had the same opportunity yesterday. The Twins threw out a pitcher there that had given up 9 runs.
I know.
In 2 starts that were both very shortened,
and
they got plenty of hits. They just couldn't score runs.
Yeah. No, that seems to happen. I mean, a lot of times through a year, you'll see this pitcher here has been shelled. The last 3 starts, all that comes, end up pitching really well against the Tigers, or have a career game or do things like that. But that's because you pay really close attention to each one of the Tiger games, so that's how you notice all of those kind of crazy things. But we're going to score some runs tonight.
You would hope so. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I mean, they played a lot of cold weather. Well, I mean, obviously they played in San Diego and Arizona.
Right.
But it's been pretty cold for the Tigers since they've made it back on this side of the planet. I can't find it. I don't know why I can't see. What is the Marlins record?
Let me see. It is right in Detroit. It is raining right now, but it's going to be 54 and cloudy at first pitch tonight for the Tigers.
The Marlins have won 8 of 13. So,
wow.
Yeah. They're 1-2 on the road. The Marlins have played almost all their games at home, and like you said, the Tigers have played almost all the games on the road. So, the Tigers only had 2 losing streaks of over 5 games all last year.
Right.
They've already had 1 4 and 1 5 game losing streak.
Yeah, we won our first 2 games in San Diego, and since then
we won 1 game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that was opening day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So, I'm not panicking, but I'd like to see a win. I'd like to see at least 2 out of 3
for sure
from this series, and things will make me feel better. They won't make me feel as good as what it feels like to watch the Masters.
Oh, baby.
Talk about beautiful weather.
Oh, I know. And it's supposed to continue through the rest of the tournament here.
Yeah.
So just absolutely love watching the Masters. It truly, for me, not only does baseball signify spring, but watching the Masters, listening to the birds sing, the flowers, everything.
Well, the story about that is, though, that they that's recorded.
Is that like kind of piped in or kind of like into so that you hear all of that?
Or they stick a microphone near a bird's nest.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
It's not just happening
Constant,
everywhere.
right, everywhere, exactly.
The bird chirping is not drowning out the murmuring of the fans.
Right, the magic of television.
It is magic. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I watch golf each and every week.
Right.
We've already got our show for Finding Fairways in the can. It's a great program. Dan Pohl, who lost in a playoff in 1982 to Craig Stadler.
I remember watching it.
Dan Pohl, legend, Northern Central Michigan legend.
That's right, Mount Pleasant boy.
Well, not only, he was a great basketball player and a great baseball player.
Oh, is that right? I did not know that.
Yeah, so what was it? Do you know who Tony Smith was?
Tony Smith. No.
He was a fantastic basketball player at Saginaw. He was the first guy that I think he's the only player from the state of Michigan that John Wooden never recruited.
Is that right?
Yeah.
The only player.
The only player from the state of Michigan that is kind of the lore.
Right.
Smith was an all-state guard his junior year, and Pohl as a senior in 1973 shut him down.
Okay.
And Dan was a pretty good basketball player himself. He was all-state basketball, all-state baseball, but obviously followed golf, went to Arizona on a golf scholarship. Then Smith's senior year, our Brother Rice team, my freshman year in 1974, beat that Saginaw team in the semifinals.
Okay.
Then beat Cass Tech in the finals for the first state championship. So, Dan is was a fabulous high school athlete, and I don't talk to him, but I've gotten to be pretty good friends with Dan.
Sure.
He's been on the show regularly.
Yeah.
For the last.
He's been up for the canoe
years.
marathon. He's
He's a fantastic guy. I've only really talked to him once about how different his life would be had he won the Masters.
Yes.
He'd be back for that dinner every year.
Oh.
The Stadler's there. Craig Stadler does not look very good.
No, he
does not look very good.
The Walrus.
The Walrus is looking quite walrus-like.
Yeah.
Some of those guys, he looks way older than some of the guys that are much older than him that are at the dinner. And then one of the things, you can listen to this on 101.1 WGRY at 9 o'clock on Saturday or Sunday. Now we have it on Q100 at 7 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. And we've got the video put together on YouTube and Up North Sports Radio if you want to watch our show. But one of the things, not just talking about the Masters, but in segment 3, talk about Fuzzy Zeller, who passed away last year in November. Masters champion, very close friends with Dan. So there's some interesting stuff there, too, if you want to get into it. But, yeah, I was shocked how well Rory came out of the gates.
Well, yeah.
And, man, that golf course played hard in the afternoon.
It's sure a vast difference between the morning scores and the afternoon.
And it had nothing to do with wind or anything else. It's just the greens
firming
drying out.
of yeah. That's literally when people say tabletop putting. The greens at the Masters are just incredible.
13 and 15 are usually gettable. Give up some eagles and birdies. That's why the back nine at the Masters on Sunday is wild beyond compare, and guys were hitting it in the water all over the place. Freddie Couples had the round of his life going on at age 66. He was 2 under par and hit the green on number 15, and spun back in the water. He hit it in the water again, made a 9.
Yeah.
I doubt very seriously in his entire professional career if Fred Couples ever made a 9 before. Then he double bogeyed the next 2 holes.
Right.
Just unbelievable how well that guy can play at Augusta.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Because
Jack was like that. Jack shot at 67. He made the cut and finished like 15th.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
At advanced ages that they can do that.
All right, we'll head to a break right now. When we return, Gordo Miller will give Gordo's opinions, which will come fast and furiously here on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
TVC's travel tip of the day. Your summer adventure starts with nonstop flights from TVC. Wherever you're headed, TVC can take you there. Don't wait. Book your summer adventure today. Explore all your flight options at tvcairport.com.
It's time to save big at your Gaylord Gardner White Furniture store. The spring savings event means 25% off all furniture, plus special financing offers for 40, 60, or 88 months when you spend $699 or more. Gardner White is Michigan's #1 mattress store. Right now, get 60-month interest-free financing on the Tempur-Pedic. Some conditions apply. See your friendly Gaylord Gardner White sales associate on M32 across from Meyer and Gaylord. Same owners, same place, all new attitude.
Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contest are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in Northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
In Northern Michigan, winter is always around the corner. Make sure you and your home are prepared this year with Johnson Oil and Propane. Since 1954, we have been offering propane, gasoline, and diesel fuel delivery with a variety of payment options to fit your family's budget. Our founder, Dale Johnson, taught us a great team is the key to success in this business. We believe that our employees make up the best team in Northern Michigan because of their dedication to customer service and giving back to our community, which we believe sets us apart from the rest. Give us a call or visit us online to become a customer today.
Tune in to Tiger Baseball on 101.1 WGRY.
Brought to you in part by Northern Mechanical in Grayling. Your dependable Bryant dealer. Everything you need at northernmechanical.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Up North Sports Radio and home to Tiger Baseball.
All right, welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio. Brought to us by tvcairport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins here in Grayling. And Gordon Miller, Miller Lending. Where are you, Gordon? Are you in Vegas?
No, I'm just sitting down here in North Carolina trying to deal with all this heat. So looking forward to getting back to Traverse in 2 weeks.
It's already too hot for you in North Carolina.
It's going to be 90s all next week.
Ooh,
that's a bit warm.
I don't know when the last time I've felt 90 degrees temperatures. I don't think we hit it once this past year.
Oh, you're not missing anything. Combine it with humidity, and it gets hard to breathe for old folks like us.
Yeah, I know the humidity portion of that can be problematic. I've been in Hilton Head in August, July when it's 85 degrees and 100% humidity. It's a little swampy.
Yeah, you're wet before the first tee, so yeah, I understand that very well. But yeah, we don't have that problem up north. What are you guys dealing with right now? Did it snow last week at all, or
it's snowing right now?
Finally,
yeah, we got a little.
Is
snow.
it really?
Yeah, it's snowing today. Yeah.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, it's
knew
not
we were
coming
coming
down
back
hard,
too early.
but it's
yeah, it's not a storm or anything like that, but it's just sticking to the ground a little bit. It'll be gone by this afternoon, I'm sure. Hopefully.
Oh boy. Just like the Red Wing playoff hopes, right? But yeah, it.
Hey, what do you mean they won?
So did everybody else. The whole everybody in that standing bunch up, all of them won except Columbus. So it didn't really do too much. Time
Columbus,
is running thin at the moment.
Columbus won one game in the past 10. They beat the Wings.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like the Flyers have lost 2 in the last 10, and they've lost to the Wings.
Yeah.
Well, they beat the Wings 2 other times in the past 2 weeks that didn't serve. In fact, the Wings helped bring the Flyers back into the playoff picture.
That's just who they are.
So what? Yeah, that's just who they are. So what exactly did you guys want to talk about in a brighter fashion than being so downtrodden on my hockey team?
Is it your hockey team?
Well, I see everybody on the internet using we, so I figured I've got to adopt.
Are
that.
you an Illich?
You know, we
Gordo
we got swept by the Twins. We clinched the East, but yeah, there's been a lot of we. Yeah, it's good week.
I guess we could talk. Elliot Cadeau is coming back. He signed a contract for U of M, and so. Part of me wants to go down to Ann Arbor, see the parade, and see if I can borrow $20,000 from Cadeau. And so your Michigan Wolverines, your
Yeah.
Michigan Wolverines, or is it your Duke Blue Devils? Can you own both of those teams too at the same time?
Well, you know, I do a weekly podcast guest appearance, and when I went on there yesterday, I had my Michigan hoodie on, and of course I got a lot of crap for wearing Michigan, and I said, I will wear the hoodie of whoever wins, as long as it's not scarlet and gray. Just get that down now. But I've got 14 different hats. I've got old championship shirts. I can pull whatever mood I need to pull off. So it was good, but I did not like the Frozen Four outcome last night. So
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, we talked
Almost.
about that a little bit. Yeah,
They
that
can't beat Denver. I mean, that's just the way it is. What are they 0-9 against Denver in the hockey playoffs?
Yeah,
something like that.
And it's Big Ten dominance, isn't it? You had you had football, you had men's and women's basketball. Now, I mean, you almost had Wisconsin and Michigan in the Frozen Four final, but Wisconsin could very easily win that. It's just the Big Ten is the owner of college sports at this point, so we're in a good position.
I'd say Wisconsin is the odds-on favorite after how long that hockey game went, and they're playing relatively early on Saturday. I guess the question I have for you, since it's in your neck of the woods, what did you think about North Carolina hiring Mark Malone?
You know, I had to explain to people that you know, coming from up there, you know, we had great respect for Brendan Malone. You know, the whole thing down here is a little bit sideways because they obviously wanted to get Tommy Lloyd. They thought that they were going to have a deal with Tommy Lloyd. Then they thought that somehow they were going to convince Billy Donovan to leave the Bulls and come back to college. So instead, they took a total about-face and brought in the number of championship victories of Bill Belichick version for basketball. So he does have an NBA title, and apparently North Carolina is going in the direction of being a professional school without the proper NIL placement because they're not very good.
Well, Mark Malone got his start with Greg Kampe, and from Oakland University. And Malone is a fantastic offensive basketball coach. He is going to do a good job at North Carolina, provided they give him money to get players in. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he's got to have somebody. I haven't seen the staff yet, but you know, to never have been involved in recruiting ever.
Well, that's not true.
You know,
he was in college basketball for 15 years before he got into the NBA. So that's not completely true. It's been a while since he recruited, and recruiting now is a checkbook, isn't it?
Yeah, it's totally different. I mean, I'll be curious to see how this goes. Although the one thing I will say is that when they first were talking about the hire, and the first few interviews and stories that I heard were talking about, you know, they hired Mike Malone, and it was corrected quickly from another department that it's Michael Malone. There's no abbreviation for Michael Malone. So they got that off on the right foot. But you know, the half, I think 2/3 of their teams already hit the portal. So in essence, nobody's coming back, and you've got to build a roster. So Carolina's never been great in the portal. They've been okay. But to think that they're going to be able to turn this around quick, it'll probably be similar to what Belichick had football-wise. I don't think they're going to be very good next year, but you know, it makes it fascinating down here. I miss hearing about Jordan Belichick. I just don't get enough of her. And you know, now we add Malone to the mix, and it's you know, Carolina's become sort of the running joke down here now. Which you know, in having been down here off and on 30 years, that's new. You know, it was Carolina's ball game. It was their conference, the ACC. Everything was controlled by North Carolina. Rick Barnes always said that you could never win a game in the state of North Carolina, so he left. And it's just fascinating to watch. You know, they believe they're a blue blood, but honestly, when it came down to Dusty May, I don't think there was a question that Michigan's program was above North Carolina's program.
No, there was no way in the world Michigan was going to let Dusty May go out the door, and why would you leave? It's a step down to go from Michigan to North Carolina. Huge step down. They just signed Cadeau again already. They got this kid from Tennessee.
Yep.
I'm sure Johnson or Amaro will return one of those. I don't think both of those guys are going to go into the draft. And McKinney is already back,
Yeah,
so
he's coming
I
back.
think Michigan's going to be just fine in the basketball. I guess we got to ask you. You know, Belichick. You just mentioned Jordan Belichick. Do we put her in the same boat as Diane Rossini?
Well, I was trying to verify if they're actually getting a divorce or not, because that floated on the internet yesterday. But you know, it's been amusing to watch because every comment she makes about her husband has been stale.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she goes on to these different shows, and it's like, yeah, we text like robots. You know, hey. I mean, all she's done has run him down, which doesn't really help Mrs. Vrabel, because she's basically saying, I hate my husband, I'm free, I'm open, and Vrabel's happily married, maybe?
Is he?
Was,
You know,
maybe.
I don't know. You know, I don't want to get into it. I shouldn't have even said anything, to be perfectly honest with you.
But I wanted Andy Byron to come forward. That's all. I wanted some opinions from experts, kind of, you know, like Catch Me If You Can. If you're the best, you know, check fraud analyzer, then he certainly knows, you know, don't go to a Coldplay concert and don't go to a remote property out in the middle of the desert where you didn't just casually bump into each other. It
They
doesn't
maybe
seem,
casually bumped
doesn't
into
seem
each other
copacetic.
297 times.
Yes, well, it happens.
Exactly.
All right, so your Tigers got swept. Do you? What is your concern about the baseball team? Is there any concern this early in the season?
Can I ask you guys one question? So, having grown up around baseball, I'm used to hit and run, you know, stealing a base, moving runners over. It's incredible that I don't think they've hit and run once. It's the same thing as last year. It's station-to-station baseball, and they look disinterested. They need
They
need
took
a
more
spark.
extra. They led the league. That is factually wrong. They led the American League in extra bases taken in 2025. That's a fact. You can look it up. So nobody got to second from second to third more than the Tigers did. Yeah, they don't steal a lot of bases, and they don't hit and run, but they certainly are an aggressive base-running ball club.
Well, that part I understand, but you know, again, it's got to translate into movement once you're on the bases, and they probably were pretty high up in terms of stranding runners on third as well. It's just that same, you know, swing and miss. You know, a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah,
I'm concerned. Although, you know, by the same token, there's only been 3 home games in this schedule so far, which is a little bizarre. But you know, I guess we'll see with Wenceel Perez coming back up. But they need something. They need some sort of spark on offense. And it's, you know, I don't know what it
Parker
says.
Meadows getting
Kevin
knocked unconscious.
McGonigal's your best hitter. McGonigal's your best hitter right now.
Yeah, except
What's
for
that?
I said, you know, maybe the spark is Parker Meadows getting knocked unconscious. You're right. McGonigal has been great. However, he swings at a 3-0 pitch with 2 guys on in the 8th inning when the Tigers are trying to make that comeback after Valdez craps the bed. And I don't know who gave him the green light. I mean, you're not going to say anything. But a kid who's playing his 11th game in the major leagues
Typically
has no
doesn't get
right
the green light.
going after that, and he pops out.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it was a ball.
Yeah.
I was just going to say it was ball 4 as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
which
so-
made it that much better. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, I did expect early season pitching struggles, so you know we've certainly had that. You know, the rotation is going to be hit or miss. I was a little bit disappointed, you know, just with the overall effort of what we got out of Skubal and Valdez. You're looking for aces to stop a streak, and all they did was ignite the streak.
Well, Valdez has been great in his first 2 games, so you know, and he's pitching in 38-degree weather. So a sinker ball pitcher is not being benefited by that kind of cold weather. Skubal, you know, 2 losses in 2 of his starts. The Tigers lost 3 of his starts completely last year, so that's a little concerning as well. And you know,
and the overall trend, you know, since last September, the record has not been good, and you know that'll be something that we'll see as it plays out forward. Do we have? I mean, outside of the 1 game, do we have 2 homers outside of the 5-homer game? It's been weird. It's been really weird. It's sort of like watching Muhammad Sek totals. It all came in one or two games. It's like, here's our home run totals. It's all come in one or two games.
It's bizarro. Like Rich and I just said, Tigers only played 3 home games. The Marlins have only played 3 away games.
Yeah.
They're coming into town here. They played 9 of their 13 games at home.
And they're starting Chris Paddock tonight.
Yeah,
so the Tigers offense better get going against him.
I saw that, and I'm like, this would just be great at this point.
It's time to save big at your Gaylord Gardner White Furniture Store. The spring savings event means 25% off all furniture, plus special financing offers for 40, 60, or 88 months when you spend $699 or more. Gardner White is Michigan's #1 mattress store. Right now, get 60-month interest-free financing on the Tempur-Pedic. Some conditions apply. See your friendly Gaylord Gardner White sales associate on M32 across from Iron Gaylord. Same owners, same place, all new attitude.
Trying to navigate your insurance needs on your own is scary. Do you have the right coverage? Unfortunately, you won't know until you need it, and that's when you find that you aren't protected as you thought. Cornell Insurance in Grayling takes the guesswork and worry out of insurance. We meet with you face to face, ask the right questions, then find the right insurance coverage that's custom fit just for you. And when you need us, we're right here on Huron Street in Grayling. Cornell Insurance, over 100 years of serving our communities. CornellInsurance.com.
Hey, Cheryl Coyne here, owner of Blarney Stone Broadcasting. We choose Decal Freaks in Gaylord to produce all our Q100 Michigan wearables, stickers, and more. They are so easy to work with and very creative. But then I found their retail shop, Ruffled Feather, and fell in love. They have so many unique gifts, darling wearables for ladies and kids, great Michigan products for the guys, and everything for parties and weddings. Visit Ruffled Feather on M32 in Gaylord or online at ruffledfeather.com, a division of Decal Freaks with a Z.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Karsh and Anderson on 97.1.
All right, it's Karsh and Anderson here on 97.1. Hope everybody's doing good on this Friday. Look, the Masters is a fun watch, and it's not for everybody, got it. But, Scott, I found it really, really interesting that the LIV guys really struggled yesterday, and I'm not a fan of LIV. And I'm in fact outwardly hostile, and if you like it, great. But for me, it's made watching golf less enjoyable across the board because it's divided the best players amongst 2 different tours. And now that they're letting LIV guys back in the majors, which has been the case for a while here, and you see them struggle, and I'm just looking for a reason to blame LIV. But I'm also not a hardcore golf fan. But monitoring their struggles, Patrick Reed was on the LIV Tour, but left the LIV Tour, and he had a good day yesterday. But is there any chance that this is gonna be a death nail for LIV?
I don't know. I think the writing's kind of on the wall for LIV anyway. I think that the people that funded it are obviously not seeing a return on their investment right now. They just thought they could, I think they wanted to disrupt some things, and they certainly did. Mm-hmm. But now they've lost a couple of their best golfers, have defected to come back to the PGA Tour or want to come back to the PGA Tour. We've seen Brooks Koepka has done that. And so can we embrace Koepka as a PGA Tour now because he's left LIV?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because he's 1 under on the tournament. Mm-hmm. He's 1 under for the day, was even yesterday. But the other guys, Patrick Reed is 3 under. So I guess, do you consider him?
No, he's 3. He's left. He left LIV.
Yeah, so he's another guy who's left. So that doesn't count anymore, right? So now it's just Bryson DeChambeau and a few others.
Rahm.
Yeah, Rahm. Rahm really bothers me.
Why?
Because Rahm was the one who initially was so outspoken about against the guys defecting for LIV,
mm-hmm.
and then
he got
he left.
$11 billion.
Well, yeah, and I get it, and just come out and say, I didn't expect that they were going to throw this kind of money at me, and it's hard to turn that down. And I'd have so much more respect, Yeah, I get it, dude. It's a mess load of money they offered you to defect, but it still rubs me the wrong way. But in the end, I think that LIV is going to be gone. in a couple of years. At the very best for LIV, I think what happens is that they'll find a way to merge with the PGA Tour. And they're contemplating some changes. I don't know enough about LIV, but I know that I don't know if they've already started with the 72-hole thing. Before it was just the 3 rounds. Now they're going to 4 rounds. And, some of the things that they're looking to change are rubbing the LIV golfers the wrong way because, like, wait a minute, this is why we came over here.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's a lot to like if you're the golfers. You're getting paid way more to golf way less. And now they're changing their tune. So we'll see where it goes. But in the end, I'm with you. I'm rooting against those guys and hope that they don't make the cut. That'd be great. So we'll see where it ends up.
Robert Livonia, you're on 97.1. Hello, Robert.
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm right there with you guys on the LIV Tour. My son and I were just talking about this, and we love the Masters, and we're golfers, and we love some of the golfers on LIV too. Like Rahm and DeChambeau, and we kind of wish they would come back. But the tour, the LIV Tour, the golf courses they play are so different than the courses in the PGA. The rough is shorter. I mean, my son and I went to the LIV Tour event in Plymouth, Michigan at the Cardinal last year.
Hold on. Let me stop you. Didn't you say you're anti-LIV?
I am anti-LIV, but I like some of the golfers on LIV and wish they would come back to PGA.
Okay. So I find it interesting, but you went to the event here in Detroit.
So you like the good golfers that left the PGA Tour to go to LIV.
Right, and the only reason why we went to the LIV Tour event here is because it was in our backyard. I'm from Livonia, Plymouth, and
look, I hate LIV. I thought about going. I can't stand LIV, but I thought about going, and the course looked fantastic.
I thought
on
about
TV.
passing gas in its general direction.
Oh my goodness, you ferret in your
no, and the card, but therein lies the problem. I think for LIV, they finally went to 72 holes instead of 54. But they're playing courses like the Cardinal, and I'm not taking anything away from the Cardinal, but it is the Cardinal, and it's just not a PGA Tour course, if you ask me.
It looked great on TV.
It did. It was awesome, and we had a great time. But we're hoping some of the players like DeChambeau and Rahm and maybe DJ. I don't know what DJ is going to do, but come back, and Koepka did, but you're actually right, Doug, that they didn't score that well yesterday at the Masters.
Yeah, thank you for the phone call. And look, it's tough to score at the Masters. Let's be clear here. There's probably not as much of a straight line as I want it to be. Cause and effect. Go to LIV, struggle at the Masters. Struggle when you're back playing against the PGA guys. But I'd like it to be a straight line. We'll probably, I would, if I were doing our actual study, I'd probably need more data. There probably is more data out there. I'm just using yesterday. I'm using one day. I'm using one data point and drawing a conclusion.
Whatever you need, man.
Chad in Walled Lake. Hi, Chad.
Hey, guys. Great show.
What's up?
Hey, it's really wild that you guys are so against the LIV golfers. DeChambeau has the best YouTube channel out there. He's such an affable guy. And just because they took money...
No, that's not why.
It makes no sense. Everybody's taking money from everywhere.
That's not why I hate it. I hate it because it's neutered to the PGA Tour field that I like watching every week.
Oh, well, and I did go last year to the LIV event, and it's great. And the way that they do things, and I've been to a PGA event, it's much better at the LIV event. They have more concessions. They have more interactive setups. You have more access to the golfers. I'm not saying that I like LIV better, and I agree with you. I wish they were all together. But just to root against the LIV golfers just because they're LIV golfers, it's kind of spiteful.
It is.
It is.
100%. Yep. There's no doubting that is spiteful. And, I think there's a lot that the PGA Tour could learn from LIV and maybe adopt some of those things. If the players were to be more interactive with the fans and more accessible, I think that would be kind of cool. And there's no question there's some stuff like that. But in the end, I mean, does Bryson DeChambeau have a great YouTube channel? He does. There's some fun content to watch with that. But then I also can't forget what bad taste in my mouth it left when he was here at the Rocket Classic years ago when he got upset with the media for asking him some questions. And he just turned from affable to something else with an A. So... Yeah, I think he's also just a weird dude. So,
well, I don't think he's weird at all. But I also think McIlroy. A lot of players have had those moments, and of course he's not perfect. And I do agree. I enjoy. I wish that they would merge together because I do want to see all the best golfers. But the LIV does have stuff to offer people, and we do enjoy it.
Well, hey, like everybody's entitled to like what they are, yeah. And do I root against the LIV guys? Am I being totally spiteful? Yep. Do I want LIV to go away? Yep. Do I want them to realize that LIV is making them soft and non-competitive at the majors? Yep. Do I want that to burn inside them? Yep. Do I want LIV to collapse because of it? Yep.
There's a lot you want. I want my PGA Tour back. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, while we're losing, we've lost players like Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson to injuries, and obviously Phil went to LIV as well. And, you know, and Dustin Johnson to LIV, but Dustin Johnson's getting older. Some golfers are getting older. I want to usher in some of those younger players, and Jon Rahm was one of those guys. Bryson DeChambeau was one of those guys. I want them being abrasive on the PGA Tour, not, you know, over in the LIV Tour.
Walking down 18 with the best guys in the game interests me more than shotgun starts. And
I mean, would you rather see Scotty Scheffler facing off against Bryson DeChambeau, or would you rather see, you know, Bryson DeChambeau and his team taking on a bunch of 20-year-olds from Thailand that you've never heard of that are there as a gimmick?
No. None of that second part. It's
none
done nothing.
None of that second.
No, I mean, like I sampled it. Like I sampled the USFL, and I sampled things. Like, okay, am I gonna dig this?
He's right about that, though. That DeChambeau is a great YouTube channel, or DeChambeau is a great video content that you can access.
Yeah,
he does a lot of great stuff that you want to see. It's fun stuff. But you know who else does?